Hey guys, so we finally started sanding the hull, and then a lot later we can paint it. So we tried all different kinds of methods to get rid of the old antifouling, and it seems to be a pain no matter what technique we use. So we decided to go for descapante. This thing here, what's it called in English?
I have no idea.
Paint remover. Chemical paint remover. So we go with this, then we either scrape it off with those, or we just character it off, high pressure wash it off.
Either scrape it off or high pressure wash it.
Yes, and the parts that where we need to go down to bare steel, because the paint isn't good anymore, there we gonna use the needle gun again. One of my favorite tools, but it makes a lot of noise. So everyone around us is probably really looking forward to 2 or 3 days of compressor noise. So join us.
And here is Kira adding the paint stripper.
Paint stripper. Cool.
Liberally painting it on, and then adding foil on top so that it doesn't dry out too fast because it needs to penetrate. So we're 50% protection. Kira has one glove and one hand without a glove. Kira is wearing the mask, and I'm currently without because you need to hear what I'm saying. So 50% protected. Also, tent, no tent. This is already removed?
Yeah. Now I change. The glove
already fucked. Oh no.
Fucked or fucked?
Fogged with O. But some antifouling is coming with.
Yeah. Actually, pretty much.
And now pressure washing?
Yeah.
Whoop. I need to get out of here.
Where was I?
Man, that you have to know. Let's see how that worked out. So I'd say.
That's after, that's before.
What Kira forgot to mention in a bit more detail is how much time we've already spent on this. So we didn't just go and kind of went for descapante, but we tried angle grinder. We tried angle grinder with the flap disc, with a braided wire disc, with a scrub disc, with I don't know what discs, and it all works. With angle grinder it works quite well, but it's a huge mess. You get this huge production of dust, so you have to tent in really well, you have to wear mask, you have to wear the suit, everything, and it's just a pain. We tried with different different appliances for the power drill, which works so. We tried, what did we try? Oh yeah, with a sanding machine, which doesn't work at all. We tried with the wet sandblasting, which you will have seen in another video maybe, which actually works quite well. So everything that is white here. So we removed about 4 square meters of paint, maybe more. It's fairly fast. It took us about 4 hours, and we were both soaking wet to the bone, sand everywhere. We were wearing goggles and mask. Kira is vetoing getting wet for this long and basically bathing in cold, wet, antifouling sand sludge, which I understand. It wasn't comfortable. So now we're trying the Descapante. In the end, what we're doing is we're still looking for the magic bullet on how to remove the antifouling, and I'm suspecting that it doesn't exist. There is no way to remove this antifouling without weeks of painful work. Everyone knows that, and we're just trying to get away with less. So
Go.
all right, folks, so we found the magic bullet after faffing around with the high pressure washer for 2 days with different settings and getting some stuff off, but not really that much. What seems to do the trick now really is this chemical paint remover. So just a little bit of paint remover on, wait for 20 minutes, and then scrape it off. It's quite satisfying actually. So follow my finger. This is scraped, and this still has antifouling on. So let's see how that looks. Already a bit dry. But enormously satisfying. This scraper was worth its money. Amazing. I think they come in bigger sizes, so if you're doing this with paint stripper and scrapers, get a good scrapers. This seems to do the trick.
Yes.
I mean, we will have, in the end tomorrow, we will go over this again with orbital sander. Orbital sander, thank you. Because we need to remove what's left of the paint stripper, and of course all the black stuff here needs to be gone. But this, I think, already speeds up the process quite a bit.
Yes. Wow, this works so nice with that new scraper.
So the paint stripper took about 10 to 15 minutes to dry, which was perfect to work with 2 separate surfaces. I would paint one, then scrape the other one while the painted one has time to cure, and once done scraping, paint another one and then scrape the one that has just cured. A really great system which allowed me to do a lot of the hull in a rather short time.
But currently we're doing the keel, the thing that looks like a zebra down there. What you can see here is after paint stripper, and with paint stripper on and curing. And the smooth looking bit over here already had a treatment with the orbital sander. So we're getting somewhere.
The orbital sander that we're using here is connected to a high-powered vacuum so that almost no dust is produced.
Well, yesterday it was annoying because it rained and there was a lot of wind. Today, as you can see by the head, the sun is back. And it's back for good. It's absolutely hammering down. What do you say, Kira? Kira has now also a bandana, because she has realized that it is a advanced fashion choice. I'm still wearing mine underneath the hat. And now let's have a look at the boat. Ta-da! So yeah, on camera actually it doesn't look that good, but it feels a lot better. So I think about 2/3 of this side are now almost paintable. So it's Thursday, so yeah, it's not fast. But now that we're using the paint stripper, it progresses quickly, so we're still optimistic that we can do it. Let's have a look at the other side, so the contrast is a bit better. All the paint is still on, except a little bit here. So yeah, at least half a boat still to go, but we're working on it.
And here you see Robert, our master stripper. No, Robert is really pro in with the descapante, the paint stripper, and I think it makes a big part of the job. We still go with the sand machine, orbital sander, but having most of the paint down makes a big difference.
Yeah, and it's amazing. If you film over there, you can see the pieces that I've already done. They stick out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
Just one layer of paint stripper, and then with the scraper, and a lot of it comes down. Here on this side, the paint is harder.
Harder?
Yeah, this is the shadow side. I think the other side that is always in the sun has been UV damaged and is easier to remove. This side is much harder to remove.
No! I hoped this would be a lot easier.
It might be actually easier with the orbital sander, because
Why?
if the paint is harder and more brittle, it might be easier to sand.
Huh. Well, we'll see.
I think here I need to mention again that Kira really did 95% of the orbital sanding. So Kira, if you're hearing this, thanks a lot. You're an amazing woman and an amazing orbital sander.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work cause my boss is a jerk and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life cause I don't feel alive and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning, and this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams, we all want things.
Kira just says, wow, look at this. That is our vacuum, and everything in there is dust.
Crazy much.
So we've been hammering for a whole week, and the boat looks quite white now. So at least from this perspective, the antifouling on the starboard side is gone. We're cheating a little bit because, follow me, there is still some on underneath, but this is the part where we will use the needle gun and go back to steel, or maybe the angle grinder and go back to steel. So we thought we first take off the antifouling everywhere where we're not going back to steel, because here the paint is still sticking very good to the steel and there is no point on exposing the steel and maybe doing a worse job than there is on. Also, up here there is like this much filler on, so it would be a major pain to go back to steel, and then we would have to put back filler because then the hull would be very uneven if we take it off. So we're not doing that. We're not insane sometimes. So now let's go to the other side, because the other side we've also been working on. This side here looks a bit rougher, but you can also already see that also here the paint is gone in parts. So this side has been treated with the paint stripper and just scraping off the antifouling. So this is done, the keel is done, the red part here that you can see is also the part that will be taken back to steel. So This side still needs Kira's care and love with the orbital sander, and then we need to paint it. We thought we would be done with stripping the paint off by the end of this week, but nope. Again, everything takes longer with a boat.